Hey guys, my name's Enoch, and I'm going to be sharing a few songs with you today. This first song is called Berlin in July. I hope you like it. We met in town when I was overseas. I snuck out at night to see you. My eyes got misty when my bus had to leave. Sometimes I still think about you. Do you ever think about me too? When you found me, I was on the run. Good for nothing, nothing good enough. Beautiful ruins, but foolish and lost. Two broken hearts, yeah, that's all love costs. It's all love costs. You made my heart beat and jump to my chin. In love with Berlin in July. Even I fall with your tears on my skin as we faded into goodbye. Stuck in our own separate lives. 'Cause when you found me, I was on the run. Good for nothing, nothing good enough. Beautiful ruins, but foolish and lost. Two broken hearts, yeah, that's all love costs. That's all love costs. There's oceans between us. I think I still need us. Can't think of reasons why. When you found me, I was on the run. Good for nothing, nothing good enough. Beautiful ruins, but foolish and lost. Two broken hearts, yeah, that's all love. When you found me, I was on the run. Good for nothing, nothing good enough. And beautiful ruins, just foolish and lost. Two broken hearts, yeah, that's all love costs. That's all love costs. All love costs. That's all love costs. Cool. Thanks so much for listening to that one. The next song I have for you is called The Girl in Your Dreams. This is just a, I don't know, I think it's a cute love story between a father and a daughter that has an unexpected turn. The narrator in this story is basically a ghost that watches this daughter grow up and like the relationship that develops between the father and his daughter. And one day there's an accident and the girl ends up dying. And so this is about how the father processes that death and how the girl, when she ends up in the afterlife, she ends up meeting the ghost and they end up becoming friends. And so, I don't know, it's a cute but also kind of sad story. So I hope you like this one. I was a ghost in your dreams, silently floating and watching the scenery. Saw you come in with a girl, Watched her lean in as you gave her a twirl. She said, I love you and you're my whole world. Falling in love like a little schoolgirl. You turned and held her asleep in your arms. Would have done anything to keep her from harm. Oh, oh. I watched you sit by a tree. You're silently crying, your mind on her memories. You had one locked in your heart. Can't forget how much she loved making art. She said, I love you and you're my whole world. Falling in love like a little schoolgirl. You turned and held her asleep in your arms. Would have done anything to keep her from harm. Oh, I saw her when she moved in. She had your eyes and a hint of your grin. We played and she asked me as friends, can you take me to see Dad once again? She said, I love him and he's my whole world. I fell in love like a little schoolgirl. Held me when I fell asleep in his arms. He did everything to keep me from harm. Oh, cool. That was The Girl in Your Dreams. I always feel super awkward during these because I'm like, does the cable go between my legs or like to the right of my legs or like...
You know, just wistfully we'll just hold the cable.
Or should I just do
and wrap
this the
around
entire time and wrap it around everywhere? We're going to be great friends.
I really hope so, because if this interview turns out to be the most awkward thing that I've ever done with anybody in my entire life, then you're fired permanently.
Oh, gosh.
Hello and welcome to Stone Age Session. This is episode number 6. I learned from last time to count my episode numbers.
Great.
I have my special guest here.
My name's Enoch. Enoch Yang.
Yep. And Enoch just played a wonderful set of acoustic guitar songs for me. Now, Enoch, I understand that you do more than just acoustic guitar. What is it that you sing?
Yeah. What is it that I sing?
Sorry. What is it that you do? You sing and you play, you teach and you produce. You do a little bit of everything. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I feel like I do a bit of everything. There's basically like three main things that I do, and how I make most of my income is I teach piano, guitar, and vocals.
Okay.
And then I also I produce indie pop artists, help do a little bit of artist development too.
Nice.
And I'm also a session keys guy, just kind of in the LA Orange County area.
Right.
Which of course I did a set playing guitar, so you guys don't get to hear my piano playing, but
man.
it is what it is.
We could bust out the Rhodes right now.
No, I'm good. But yeah, just those are the like main three things that I do.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about each one of them, because I feel like right now there's a lot of change going on in a lot of music.
Oh yeah.
So you started off by saying that you teach piano, singing, and guitar, which, you know, usually for a lesson like that, you would have a face-to-face interaction like this that we're having right now.
Definitely.
But I'm sure with the amount of people that you would have coming through on a daily basis, that most people aren't really interested in that and want to do something alternatively. So what is it that you're doing?
Yeah, so I used to teach in-person lessons. Also, you're within 6 feet of me, and like,
sorry.
is this illegal?
This is
like, are we allowed to do this, or should we act like we don't like each other? I literally met you like 2 hours ago. So
this is crazy.
wow, you have my phone number already, I think.
So call me, maybe.
No, you have my DMs. Just slide into them whenever you want, darling.
Sliding.
Oh God.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to teaching. Sorry, I'm really awkward.
No, it's fine.
So
I'm awkward too. I've never held a microphone up to my mouth before.
Neither have I. This is weird. I used to work as an audio tech, and I would always tell our speakers like, hold the fucking microphone up to your fucking mouth.
Up to your mouth. That's right.
And am I allowed to say the word fuck?
Fuck.
Okay. Great. Anyways,
We'll censor that out.
this is really hard.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Back
You're
to
doing great.
teaching.
Yeah.
The topic that we've been talking about for the last 3 minutes, but haven't really been talking about.
It's okay.
Yeah, I used to teach piano in person. I used to teach like all the instruments in person, and when COVID hit, ended up really having to figure out how to pivot my business model into virtual teaching.
Right.
Unfortunately, virtual teaching is not as efficient as in-person teaching, but there's ways around it. Like I have a single camera setup. I just set up my laptop on Zoom. And I hook up my keyboard also up to my laptop so that I can show like a digital like piano like graphic interface so they can see like what notes I'm playing, and I could also AirPlay like my iPad to Zoom to like highlight notes and like talk about different things that my students need to adjust. As far as teaching goes, it is a lot harder to teach beginner students over Zoom because usually someone who's first beginning to learn piano, or at least a younger beginner student needs a lot of personal attention.
Right.
It's really hard to do that over Zoom. So I haven't picked up like any new students, but I have existing students who are doing well. They've adapted to it. And we're actually in the process of shifting back into in-person lessons just with precautions in place.
Okay. What kind of precautions do you have? Are you thinking of like everyone should wear gloves when they touch my piano?
Oh God, no.
Face masks while they're singing.
Yeah, definitely face masks the entire time. Still need to figure out how to do singing lessons with masks on.
Yeah.
That's a little awkward, but of all the lessons that are going to spread droplets, singing would be the one that spreads the most.
Yeah.
And so definitely going to have to figure out how to teach vocals with masks on.
Right.
But piano, basically, all my students have to keep masks on the entire time. I'll take their temperature when they walk through the door. We'll basically stay 6 feet apart from each other.
Right.
I teach at a friend's house in Riverside because that's actually where most of my clients live, because I used to live in Riverside before moving to Anaheim.
Okay.
Oh, I live in Anaheim, by the way.
Welcome.
I don't think we've talked about that before.
Is that OC? Welcome from the OC.
Thank you.
To
thank
the
you.
Los Angeles local
It's good to
blog.
be in the law. So just kind of figuring out the best way to have social distancing to stay safe. I've cut like 30-minute lessons down to 25 minutes, so I have 5 minutes to sanitize everything.
Right.
Also, like I think I already said this, but I'll take the temperature of the student every
Yeah.
time they come in the door just to make sure. So
Yeah, that sounds like almost exactly like I work in a restaurant. That sounds like 90% accurate to the exact same precautions that we're taking there. Everybody's got to wear a mask when they come in. The only time that they don't wear a mask is when they're eating or drinking, right? So if that's okay, like you should be pretty okay to have a singer come in and just take off the mask. But you should be wearing a face shield so that you don't get any of their germs.
I should definitely get one of those.
Yeah. So that's I think that would be
Or make them wear a face shield too.
make them wear a face shield.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, then you could still see their mouth moving, and
I only have one vocal student, and that one's not a private student. He's at a school.
Yeah.
And so there's actually plexiglass between me and him whenever we
Plexiglass.
have our lessons.
Wow.
And so I know.
That's
fancy shit right there.
How much does plexiglass cost?
I have no idea.
It's actually a really inexpensive material.
Okay.
Well, some are expensive, some are less expensive. I can only assume that you're using something less expensive because you don't need to stop bullets. right?
No.
So
I was trying to think of a joke that I could say there, but there was nothing. You know, just that little pause where I'm like,
yeah,
my brain's having an aneurysm, and I'm like, no dad jokes are coming out today.
No
It's okay.
dad jokes. It's fine, Daddy. Just kidding. Okay, so moving forward, let's move forward from this. Okay, so you teach a lot, and that's your main source of income. You also produce indie pop.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you in indie pop bands, or you just work with artists? Is it just
I
collaborations?
mostly work with producing indie pop artists, and I do a little bit of artist development on that. Just kind of like how do you set yourself up as an artist who basically like you're functioning as a business when you're an artist, right?
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
A lot of people also think, oh, I have a song out. The first thing I need to do is paid ads to get it in front of people.
Yeah.
That only works about 1% of the time.
Right.
The reality is you have to like develop a lot of things beforehand.
Correct.
The first step being you have to develop your mentality, your mindset. It's like this is what you're about, and you have to convince yourself of what you're about. And you also have to deal with something called imposter syndrome, which is an absolute fucker of a syndrome, because it basically is when your brain tells you you're not good enough, you should just quit your job and go work at Starbucks for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And just figuring out how to like deal with that when it comes up, how to set up basically just positive feedback loops within your career that help push you forward, but also don't like give you a big head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, don't blow up your ego, but don't sell yourself short, right?
Yeah.
If you want this to be your business, like you have to be in that business mind state. You have to know a little bit about sales and how to sell yourself. And if you're selling yourself as like, oh, I can't do this, then what you're selling is a bad product. But if you have the confidence and the knowledge to back up your confidence, then you'd probably be selling a much better product, and many more people would be interested. Yeah. And to talk about those ads, they really do only work 1% of the time. What it comes down to is you have to build real person-to-person
even like the
relationships.
organic like oh man, my favorite hobby is turning off people's music when they send it to me. Because I mean,
you want to know what's funny here?
What?
Is that I asked on Facebook for people to submit their music to me, and here you are.
Oh yes, but you asked for it. I didn't do it. You solicited.
Yep. It was solicited.
It wasn't like I have a new release. Here's a link. Please listen to it. Let me know what you think. Right. Whenever I get those, I love clicking on the links and just not listening to the music.
Supportive.
Super supportive. I know I'm a terrible person.
But there are a lot of people that do that, and it happens to me a lot. And honestly, I just ignore those messages. Yeah. I'm just so annoyed when somebody's in my inbox, every other month with like, hey, check out my new music. And then like I open up the message, and then it's this message, check out my new music, and I scroll up, it's check out my new music, and scroll up, and it's check out my... Where's the conversation?
It's like, a message, someone loves me.
Yeah.
That's not a love note. Like,
did you ever want to talk to me?
Threat.
Or you just shoving this down my throat, man. So, yeah.
It's like Wayfair ads.
Right? Yeah. What?
It's like Wayfair ads.
Wayfair ads? What is that?
Or, like when you're browsing Facebook.
Oh, yeah, browsing Facebook.
And now that we're talking about it, you're going to get all the ads on your phone because, Facebook is listening to us talk right now.
They're listening to us talk at every second. Have you seen those strange Wish ads on Facebook?
Yes.
Why are they so odd?
There's a TikTok that I will literally spend hours on watching through videos. And it's strange Wish ads. Yeah.
Is that the hashtag? Do I have to go look that up on my TikTok?
I have no idea.
Right
I'll send it to you when the next time it pops up on my page. Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do, because that sounds. I've seen the things that Wish ads offer me, so I'm interested in seeing what other people are getting.
Oh gosh.
Okay, enough about Wish ads.
I can talk about Wish ads for days.
Yeah, let's not do that, because I don't think that's.
You're gonna have people exiting the video like,
bye. These are the click away links. Okay, so teacher, indie pop producer, and you yourself are a performer, right? you have projects of your own. You're a sessions keys player. I assume you're in at least a handful of other bands because who's not in a band?
Oh my gosh.
And if you're in a band, why aren't you in at least 10 of them?
Because no one's rehearsal schedules line up.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
That's every LA
Can you rehearse
musician.
Tuesday night? No. What about Wednesday night? No, I
no,
work. What about
yeah.
Thursday morning? No.
And then all of a sudden,
I guess
your band
Friday
of
at 5
people
a.m. it
becomes-
is.
Yep. 5 a.m. Wow. You woke me up at 11 a.m. So
You also woke me up at 11 a.m.
we woke each other up at 11 a.m.
Oh, how cute.
That's beautiful. We should touch hands.
No. I don't like physical touch.
Oh no. Sorry. I take back my offer for.
It's okay. You can sit within 6 feet of me. That's
Okay.
enough. That
Okay.
should be enough for you.
That's enough. That's enough.
I hope my
Great.
presence is very satisfying.
It's quite satisfying. I'd be a little more satisfied if we were about 2 inches closer. So tell
Okay.
me about your bands.
Great. That's a great transition. So just as a session player, I play with a few artists. I've played on the stage of American Idol.
Oh, really?
I have.
Wait,
yeah.
hold on. Wait, slow down. Don't go forward because tell me about your time on American Idol. What is this about?
Oh, it was terrible. It was the celebrity audition day.
Remember what we just talked about selling terrible things. We don't do it.
It was great.
It was great.
No. But like the reality of it is they kind of make you wait in a big room. Big, beautiful room, granted. But for like 16 hours, like up to 16 hours.
Yeah.
And then you go and perform. Like I wasn't actually performing. I had an artist hire me to do it.
Okay.
And so, yeah. But that was pretty much it.
To play piano with them on the American Idol stage.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the first round where everyone's just like wearing their little
Yes.
little
Yeah, it was
race
the celebrity
number?
auditions. I think that's actually round like 3 or 4.
Is it?
Yeah, the televised round is actually not the first round of auditions you go
Oh
to.
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's not an open call. The open calls and like the first and second like callbacks are they like kind of filter through like who the actual like live judges
Right.
see.
So not everyone gets to see Simon Cowell? Or
It's
who's
not-
the
it's
current
not Simon
judge?
Cowell anymore.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm this in case you want to know how old I am, Simon Cowell was the judge when I was watching American Idol.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
Right. I just was never allowed to watch it because my parents were conservatives.
But it's just music. That's what it is. It's a music
Yes,
show,
but
right?
sometimes people say the word fuck,
Oh. But I'm sure it's censored, right? Like that's
and it's not Christian.
Okay, so what did you watch growing up? You watched the Scientology channel?
PBS.
PBS?
I
Is
watched a lot of
super
Cyber Chase and Dragon Tales and Caillou because
Oh,
it was all that
no.
was on TV and
Oh,
Netflix
man.
wasn't a thing yet.
But I also watched most of those shows, public access television or whatever.
How old are you?
24. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 24.
Oh!
Oh my gosh, we're like practically
Five
twins.
East. Wait, no touching.
No touching.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that was fun.
Great.
I wish I had a high five right now.
Well, your biggest fans are here, and then the human fans.
My biggest fans.
over there.
Let me hear it from them. We have some really large fans up there. Okay, so
Okay.
you're a sessions keys player. How often do you What do you do for session keys player? Do you go in and record with the band?
Yeah.
Do you
A
go
lot
play
of the
stage?
stuff I do is actually live sessions.
Okay.
Yeah. Recording sessions is a bit of a harder circle to get into.
Okay.
But yeah, I play with a few cover bands. There's a few indie artists that I have projects with. Those are more like coffee shop performances. Haven't done anything super big, but also like production is definitely more of a focus for me. And so session
Right.
work is more or less on the side.
Okay.
Or just whenever people need it.
Right. So it sounds like you pretty much you do a little bit of a lot of things, mostly teaching from what I hear, and then your production feeds your soul because teaching might not satisfy
Not
your musical
always.
needs.
There
all
are
the
some
time.
students who are
An absolute pleasure.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Everyone has their bad days. I'm sure there are days where they're like, "Wow, Enoch was really ornery today."
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
it's those days that I have to get up before 11 a.m.
Oh. Sorry about that. We did it. This is an early morning session. This is a coffee table session.
There's no
Cue the coffee table.
here. Just put a virtual one. Just have it floating right here.
This is where I put my little ad that says, "Please donate money so we can get a coffee table."
Yes.
Thank you.
Please donate money.
a lot of it. We need a
Or
coffee
unemployed.
table.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I learned a lot about you in this. Well, mostly about what you do, but I didn't really delve into like who you are as an artist because you know everybody is unique in their artist ways. I've had this is episode 6 here, so I've had 5 other artists prior to you, and each one is very unique in their own way in like their songwriting process, what inspires them, their musical background, like how long each person's been playing music. You know, ranges anywhere from like 20 years to like 5 or 6 years, and you know everyone's just got a very unique story to tell about their musical life. So can I ask you like, what is a typical like song? Like how does writing a song go for you?
Yeah, really depends on what mood I'm in and what
Okay.
mood the song is in.
Yeah.
So I kind of have 2 artist projects. One is the like indie pop, dark pop project that's a lot more produced, has a lot more tracks. And then there's like this side, like just songwriter, storyteller project that really hasn't launched yet. And those are the songs that you guys heard today.
Nice.
And so that project will probably be launching closer to the end of this year. Once I find the time to actually sit down and like get some of these songs recorded, which shouldn't be hard because they're very acoustic.
Yep.
But I'd say like a majority of my writing happens in that like storyteller, songwriter mind space.
Yeah.
Right. Usually happens on my living room couch.
Right.
Usually.
Somewhere comfortable.
I mean, I'm comfortable usually. When writing those songs, really depends. I live with a vocal producer. Who's also a songwriter. And so sometimes he'll hop in and we'll write something together. Like the Berlin in July song was actually a duet between me and him. And so he usually sings the high parts on that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that was a co-write. The other ones were more just me like sitting, trying to come up with a story to tell.
Right.
Usually it starts with like a memory that I have, or not usually a dream, but like some sort of a like imaginative situation. So that second song, I'm definitely blanking on the name of the second song right now. Gosh, it's my song. The one about the ghost.
The ghost, yeah.
The girl in your dreams. Yeah, that one. Great. I'm an awesome artist, aren't I? I forget all of my shit.
Well, you're doing great. You're doing great. Keep it up.
Okay. That one kind of came originally from me seeing one of my good friends. His name's Matt, and his daughter. Just how they love each other and how they play it together and all that. And that was kind of the initial like starting point of that song. Obviously, the song isn't the actual story of his daughter dying, right? Because his daughter is very much alive, and I see her every Saturday.
Thankfully.
And yeah, I see them every Saturday. They're great friends. But like that's kind of like where that story began, and then just trying to kind of find a perspective or a take on it, and just kind of start a storyline.
Okay.
Right.
So it sounds like you start with a story, and then there are a lot of people who say, "Oh, the music comes first," and then a lot of other people say, "Oh, the melody comes first." But really,
It kind of all happens at the same time for me.
yeah, because it sounds like you make the story first, which could simultaneously generate the musical mood, the musical ideas, and the melody.
It usually happens verse by verse,
Yeah.
or chorus by chorus. Just kind of as it's going. Like I've got a dark pop song in the works right now that took a very kinky BDSM turn.
Oh, nice.
And so it's actually very that one just kind of happened. I was messing around building patches and plugins and just kind of seeing what would happen.
Right.
Was also listening to a lot of Jack Garrett at the time, and he did some really cool like vocal effects in one of his songs, and so I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could do that. And then just the words that came to mind were very kinky, and I'm like, oh, I guess okay, like that's surprising, but let's go with it. And so that one's definitely gonna fall in a very specific niche audience.
Yeah.
And anyone who listens to lyrics is gonna be like, you mentioned sex toys in a song? What?
Well, I mean, sex shops exist for a reason, right? There's a a reasonable amount of people who would be interested in a song like that.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. So let me hear a little bit about your musical journey, what you've gone throughout your life. Personally, I've been playing music for about, how old am I? It's been about 8 or 9 years now. So relative to some other people that I've had on here, I've had a very short musical life. You know, I'm still kind of young, but you know, I've got.
Well,
big
you're
dreams.
24, and the world is your oyster right now.
The world
right?
is my oyster. That's beautiful. Yes.
Thank you. I did not come up with that. I stole it from somewhere.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Just source. Somewhere.
Yeah, Wikipedia that. Here's the Wikipedia link.
You're gonna have a lot of like embedding to do in this video.
I'm gonna do probably none of it. Just kidding. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your musical journey. Like, did you attend school for music? How long have you been playing? Do you have like relatives or family that plays?
Yeah, my dad played a little bit of guitar, but I think the gist of it is I grew up in an Asian family, and what do Asian families do? They tell their children you have a choice between piano or violin. Yeah. And so I did not get that choice. I was just thrust into piano, and so ended up playing classical piano for like 16 years.
Wow.
Kind of branched into like jazz and more like contemporary styles. Somewhere around middle school, so just kind of did both of them for a while. I grew up religious, and so like I ended up playing for my church's like worship team bands and all that for a bit. Went to school at Biola University, which is in Orange County. And I originally went there because I wanted to study music and worship, right? So specifically church music.
Specifically, yeah.
Ended up having a few bad internships that really helped me see like the corporate infrastructure of like organized religion. And ended up deciding, okay, I don't want to basically label myself as a church musician.
Right.
And so I changed my degree to commercial music. Ended up in that process switching from a BS to a BA, which meant that I had to take third level Spanish, which I had not taken first and second level Spanish, so I cheated my way into third level Spanish and somehow passed the class. Somehow.
Congratulations.
And then graduated with a degree. Ironically enough, stepped into a church job as a music director, moved to Riverside, worked at that job for a while. While I was doing that, started kind of experimenting with my sexuality a bit, came out as gay, got canned from my job, or, asked to resign.
Politely asked to please leave. Yeah, that's tragic. But, I mean, from that, you're now a music teacher, right?
Yeah, I'm a self-employed musician now, which is kind of where I've wanted to be.
Right.
Since starting college. And I don't know, regardless of like the circumstances of how I got to where I am, I'm in a place where I feel like I'm able to like kind of guide myself into what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that I have the resources to do that. And
so what is it that you want to do? Do you want to be a teacher full time? Do you want to be a producer full time?
Yep, I have absolutely no fucking clue.
Yeah.
So for a while, I thought I wanted to do productions full time.
Okay.
To some extent, still want to.
Yeah.
But
as we all know,
we'll see where that goes.
Some artists are kind of a pain.
Yeah, some are. I think there are also some that make it really worth it.
Some are, yeah. Some are definitely great artists, and I want to say this one more time, is that you're a great artist, and I'm so glad that you came in today to sing some songs, because your voice is great. Your guitar playing skills are fantastic.
Thank you.
Your songs are so beautifully written.
Thank you so much.
There's so many aspects, and you showed me one of your indie pop remixes earlier, and it sounds so great, sounds so so fleshed out and perfect. It's just, you're all around, like, what I see is you're an awesome musician.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll take that to heart.
Okay, I guess I have one more question for you. Is what inspires you?
Oh gosh. So a lot of what inspires my songwriting is trauma. People who are like mentally healthy don't really write music. They get normal jobs. They get normal big boy jobs. And so I think a lot of my writing has to come from my past and just processing through it, the process of working through it, sorting through stuff. But I think what inspires me as a person, I think just, I've never thought about that question before, but I think just people in general, like the just whole concept, reality of being human, and the fact that being human kind of sucks, right? And how there are some people who just do amazing things, like within their flawed bodies, within like our flawed infrastructure and climate. There are people who are doing amazing things, and those are the people who really inspire me to try to be the best person that I am.
That's great. That's probably just about most of us musicians. Just every little flaw, we make the best out of it, and that's what makes our music so great. Is that we talk about all those real life endeavors, all those real life moments, encounters that we've been through, and some of it's tough. Some of it's beautiful, though. There I feel like some beautiful songs that are just outright happy, but still they somehow come from like a deep dark emotion. On the side. Yeah. I
think oh gosh, there's Rabel, however you say his name, Wrabel. That's how you spell his artist name. He has some like gorgeous songs that come across as happy, but like you listen to them and you're like, oh wait, there's subtext under all these, and
I think that's beautiful. That's great.
I'm all about the subtext.
Read into it like it's poetry, because it
or
is
like
poetry.
A text message from an ex.
Oh. Imagine getting one of those at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Did that happen to you recently?
Let's move forward.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so is there anything that you would tell somebody who's just starting out on music, somebody who's brand new and is looking to pursue it more than just a hobby?
Ooh, I love this question.
Yeah.
I actually really love this question. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Number one biggest tip, like, don't get feedback from everyone you see. Find those core people in your life who you respect. Find some who you respect as people and some who you respect as artists and musicians, and get feedback from those people. Like something that I try to do is like if I try to get feedback on my stuff from people who I respect as songwriters. Like I don't want to send a song that I'm working on to someone that I wouldn't trust to track drums on my song to get feedback from,
right?
Because they're not qualified to give me the feedback that I'm looking for.
Right.
Another thing is people are out there to help, right? You just have to be friendly. Don't be annoying.
Right.
Right. Most of the people on Instagram that have like thousands and thousands of followers, they check their DMs, or they have A&R people who check their DMs and who genuinely want to help you or help someone like grow into like the musician that they want to be. The only thing is like there can be communication blocks, because a lot of people tend to get really happy with the stuff that they're making and excited and send links saying like, hey, I wrote this, can you check it out? And that immediately sends a red flag to people. Ooh, because the fact of the matter is this industry is small. It's run off of friendships. And connections. It's not run off of, it is a business, but it's run off of people who know each other. And so if you try to get something out of someone, they're immediately going to see red flags and shut you down. But if you try to get to know someone, try to help out someone, if you come from that genuine place of, hey, I'm really trying to do this, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm trying to do, please help me. There will always be someone who can help you, granted at different levels, right? So there are artist developers who will like help you for free. There are some who like you have to pay for them to help, right? For me, I don't help everyone who comes my way. I have a very specific number of people that I help out in that way. And I myself have a few like of those business artist, developer mentors in my life who I pay to basically tell me like when I'm going the wrong direction and all that.
Right.
And so a lot of it, just make friends, be friendly, don't quit.
Don't
right?
quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're really bad.
The poor guy's out there playing guitar like he's Kurt Cobain with the wrong side of the thing, and his fingers are all over the place, and he just listens to this like, oh man, maybe I should quit. Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Do not quit.
But also work hard. Don't
Work hard. Make friends.
Don't just play Wonderwall. Or Freebird if you're like older than 30.
We've all been that guy at that party that plays Wonderwall. Come on.
I was the guy who would like play Mozart on like the community piano. Without being asked to when I was a teenager, and got a lot of flack for it. Everyone hated me. I'm very hateable.
I mean, some people might see it as a little pretentious, but if I'm passing by a community piano and I hear some nice music coming out of those hands, personally, I'll appreciate it. You know?
I immediately judge the person playing. Again, very hateable.
Oh, man. How is that a message to send after you just say, let's make some friends here?
I'm friendly.
A hateable friend.
I'm very hateable. It's the irony of me as a person. I don't know.
It's great, though. It's great.
I don't know.
No, you're great. You're great. I appreciate you hanging out here. I appreciate you doing I appreciate you singing your songs. I appreciate you doing this interview. I think that there's a lot of great content here, and I think I'm going to get to work on cutting this up.
Awesome.
I appreciate you, Enoch.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting you.
Deuces.
All right, I have one more song for you guys. This one is called You and Me, and it is basically my take on a high school love story. Basically, before the reality of being an adult has hit, and everything's really pure and just dreamy. And yeah, I hope you like this song. White shirt, you were covered in the game dirt. I'd find you later at the concert. I hope you want to hang with me. Black tie, you were the first to look me in the eye. My heart was beating with the bright lights. I looked away and you were gone. Oh, I remember you from when we kissed and the night started over. When my friends wanted you to come over. When we danced and spent a night wrapped up in bliss. You said that you would be the one and only guy to ever hold me. Kiss me gently and know me gently. We'd grow old and never ever leave this dream. Me by your side, you'll be the guide. Love till we die, our lives collide. Lay down with me and kiss my cheek. Let's start this dream, just you and me. Me, just you and me. Blue jeans, covered in stains from all our gardening. In the suburbs where we're expecting. And all our friends unfollowed me. Pink things, we're up at 3 a.m. for feedings. Not sleeping but in love with everything. Let's make this dream reality. Oh, I remember you from when we kissed and the night started over. When my friends wanted you to come over. When we danced and spent a night wrapped up in bliss. You said that you would be the one and only guy to ever hold me. Kiss me, touch me, and know me gently. We'd grow old and never ever leave this dream. Me by your side. You'll be the guide, love till we die. Our lives collide. Lay down with me and kiss my cheek. Let's start this dream, just you and me, 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 just you and me. Yeah, that song was called You and Me. Thanks so much for listening to the songs that I've written over the last few months. Yeah, they're really fun to share. Thanks.
Done video where they have the clacker card?
No.
Do you know why the clacker card exists?
Doesn't that mark like where audio and video sync?
Where audio and video sync, that's right. Ready?
Yeah. Awesome. Good to go?
Yeah, we're good. Introduce yourself and your songs before each song.
Great. Okay.
And feel free to say hi to the Stone Age Sound YouTube viewers.
What's up, Stone Age Sound YouTube video viewers? I'm gonna say that again. That was so awkward.
Yeah. It's always awkward when I say it and it's my studio.
Yeah. All right. What's up, Stone Age Sound video view? Oh fuck! Don't say video. God, Enoch. Oh, you make a whole blooper reel out of this. Okay. Let's try again. What's up, Stone Age Sound viewers? My name's Enoch. I'm here to just share some.
Oh,
God,
man.
I'm so sorry.
You want some
I'm
water?
so awkward. Huh?
You want me to make a pot of coffee? You want some water or anything?
No, I'm good. I think I should be fine.
Okay.
I'm good. Fuck. All right. Oh man. All right. Here's the money take. It's Stone Age. What's it called again? Sorry, Stone Age Sound.
Hold on.
Man, I'm sorry.
Dang, that was a long.
How long did we talk?
I have 35 minutes.